The average American is carrying $6,501 in credit card debt. Let that sink in. Not a mortgage, not a car loan. Credit card debt at 24% interest. You get the bill every month. You look at that terrifying total balance, and then you look right below it. There it is, the minimum payment. It's only $150. You breathe a sigh of relief. You pay the $150 on time. You feel responsible. You tell yourself, I'm handling this. But what nobody tells you, what the banks are desperately hoping you never figure out, is that you are falling into the most perfectly engineered financial trap in human history. Welcome to Everyday Net Worth. Today, we are exposing the minimum payment scam. My name is Nick. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy with a calculator who is tired of watching banks legally rob the middle class. If you want the mathematical truth about wealth, hit subscribe. Let's dive in. There is a massive lie circulating in our culture. The lie is that paying your minimum balance is a sign of financial maturity. Banks have successfully convinced millions of people that as long as your account is in good standing, you are winning. But good standing just means you are a highly profitable, obedient cash cow. When you pay only the minimum, you are not paying off your debt. You are renting your debt. You are paying a monthly subscription fee just to maintain the privilege of owing them money. Let me show you exactly how devastating this is. Let's introduce you to Marcus. Marcus is 30 years old. He works in IT. He's a smart guy. But over the last 4 years, between a medical emergency, a car repair, and a few vacations he put on plastic, Marcus has accumulated $38,000 in credit card debt. $38,000. His average interest rate across 3 cards is 24.9%. Every month, the minimum payments across all his cards total about $1,140. Marcus pays it every single month on the dot. He never misses a payment. His credit score is actually pretty good. He thinks he's slowly chipping away at the mountain. Let's look at the math. Let's look at what is actually happening to Marcus's $1,140. Out of that payment, roughly $788 goes purely toward interest. That money vanishes into thin air. It goes straight to the bank's quarterly profit report. Only $352 actually goes toward reducing his $38,000 principal. He is shoveling sand against the tide. He feels like he's sacrificing. He feels the pain of losing over $1,000 a month. But his actual debt is barely moving. If Marcus never charges another dime to his credit cards and just keeps making the minimum payments, it will take him over 20 years to pay off that debt. And by the time he is done, that original $38,000 will have cost him over $85,000 in total interest. He will have paid the bank twice the amount he originally borrowed, just for the privilege of paying them slowly. This is compound interest working in reverse. Einstein allegedly called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. Marcus is paying it, and it is slowly bleeding his future dry. If you think Marcus is an outlier, let's look at the data. According to the Federal Reserve, total revolving credit in the United States, which is almost entirely credit card debt, surpassed $1.3 trillion recently. Trillion, with a T, and the banks are making a killing. In a single recent year, credit card companies collected over $130 billion in interest and fees alone. That is not money generated by providing a valuable service. That is money extracted from the middle class through mathematical illiteracy. The average interest rate on a new credit card has skyrocketed well past 20%. For many borrowers with less than perfect credit, it's brushing up against 30%. At 30% interest, your debt doubles every 2.4 years. There is no investment on earth, no index fund, no real estate portfolio that guarantees a 30% return. If you are carrying credit card debt, you are effectively guaranteeing the bank the best investment return on Wall Street. And the system is rigged to keep you there. Look at your credit card statement. By law, they have to show you the minimum payment warning. It's usually buried in fine print on page 3. It tells you exactly how many years it will take to pay off the balance if you only make the minimum. But nobody reads it. The psychological trick is anchoring. By putting a specific, low number in bold letters right on the front page, minimum payment due, $150, the bank anchors your brain to that number. They are subtly suggesting, this is the amount you should pay. This is the normal amount. It's a behavioral economics trap. If they didn't list a minimum and just said, you owe $10,000, you would likely try to pay as much as you could afford. Maybe $500, maybe $1,000. But by giving you a low target, they give you permission to do the bare minimum. They give you a psychological out. Now, I know what you're thinking. Nick, I don't pay the minimum because I want to. I pay the minimum because it's literally all I can afford. I have rent. I have groceries. I have gas. I'm just trying to survive. I hear you. I see you. That feeling is real. When inflation is eating your paycheck and housing costs are through the roof, the minimum payment feels like a lifeline. It feels like the only way to keep the lights on without drowning. And I also hear the financial gurus who say, just don't use credit cards. Cut them up. That's easy to say when you're sitting on $1 million net worth. It's a lot harder when your transmission blows and you have exactly $400 in your checking account. Credit cards are often the only safety net the working class has left. But here is the hard truth. The banks know you are struggling. They rely on your struggle. They are monetizing your desperation. If you accept the minimum payment as your permanent reality, you are accepting a life of indentured servitude. You are accepting that a portion of your labor every single day belongs to Visa or MasterCard. You cannot out-earn a 25% interest rate. You cannot invest your way out of it. You have to declare war on it. So how do we fix it? How does Marcus get out of the $38,000 trap? You need a mathematical strategy. And it's going to be boring. It's going to be painful. But it is the only way out. There are two popular methods for paying off debt, the snowball and the avalanche. The debt snowball, popularized by Dave Ramsey, tells you to list your debts from smallest balance to largest balance. You pay the minimum on everything, and you throw every extra dollar at the smallest debt. When the smallest debt is gone, you take that money and roll it into the next smallest, like a snowball rolling down a hill. The snowball method is great for psychology. It gives you quick wins. It makes you feel good. But we don't care about feelings on this channel. We care about math. And mathematically, the snowball method is flawed. I want you to use the debt avalanche. Here is how the avalanche works. You list all your debts, not by balance, but by interest rate, from highest to lowest. You pay the absolute minimum on everything else, and you throw every single spare cent you can find at the debt with the highest interest rate. Let's look at Marcus. He has 3 cards. Card A has a balance of $5,000 at 29% interest. Card B has $15,000 at 24%. Card C has $18,000 at 19%. If Marcus uses the snowball, he attacks card A first because it's the smallest balance. By pure luck, it also happens to be the highest interest rate. But what if card A was at 15% and card C was at 29%? If he attacks the smaller balance at a lower interest rate, the massive $18,000 balance at 29% is compounding wildly in the background. It is growing faster than he can shovel. The avalanche method says, you find the fire that is burning the hottest, and you put it out first. Card A is costing Marcus 29%. It is a financial emergency. He pays the minimum on card B and C. He cancels his subscriptions. He stops eating out. He sells the guitar he never plays. He takes up a side hustle delivering groceries. He finds an extra $500 a month. He throws that entire $500 plus the minimum directly at card A. Within a few months, card A is dead. Now he has freed up the minimum payment from card A, plus his extra $500. He takes that entire weaponized chunk of cash and aims it directly at card B. He is no longer chipping away. He is using a sledgehammer. By using the avalanche method, Marcus saves thousands of dollars in interest compared to the snowball method. He shaves months, sometimes years, off his repayment timeline. It is mathematically optimal. It is the fastest way to stop the bleeding. But you have to start right now. Every single day you wait, compound interest is working against you. Every time you swipe that card and tell yourself, "I'll just pay it off later," you are selling your future freedom for a temporary convenience. You have to get angry. You have to realize that the banks are not your friend. They are farming you for interest. You are not your debt number. Having debt does not make you a bad person. It does not mean you have failed. It means you fell into a trap that was designed by some of the smartest mathematicians on earth. But now you see the trap. Now you know the math. You have the tools to break out. Take a piece of paper right now. Write down every single debt you owe. Write down the interest rates. Find the highest one. That is your enemy. Attack it. The math they don't teach you in school is that minimum payments are designed to keep you broke. I want to hear from you. What is the highest interest rate you are currently paying on a credit card right now? Don't be shy. Let's look at the real numbers in the comments below. Let's realize we are not alone in this. If this video changed the way you look at your credit card bill, hit the like button and subscribe to Everyday Net Worth. We are dismantling the financial traps, one mathematical truth at a time. Until next time, attack your high-interest debt and keep your net worth growing.